On August 30th, 2013, 19-year-old Bryce Laspisa disappeared under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind a wrecked car, his personal belongings, and a trail of unanswered questions. Over a decade later, his case remains one of the most baffling missing person cases in the U.S. Bryce was a sophomore at Sierra College in Rocklin, California, majoring in graphic and industrial design. He was an only child, deeply loved by his parents, Karen and Michael Laspisa, who had moved from Illinois to California just a few years prior. In the weeks before his disappearance, Bryce's behavior began to change drastically. Friends noticed his increasing dependence on alcohol, consuming bottles of hard liquor almost daily. He had also started taking Vyvanse, a medication prescribed for ADHD, which he was reportedly using to stay awake and focus. His girlfriend, Kim Sly, became particularly concerned. She noticed that Bryce was acting strangely, more detached, erratic, and sleep-deprived. On August 27th, the night before he disappeared, he abruptly told her over the phone that she would be better off without him. Worried, Kim went to see him, but Bryce was insistent that he was fine. Later that night, he gave away his Xbox and a pair of diamond earrings his mother had gifted him. These actions suggested that he was either planning to leave or, worse, considering self-harm. On August 28th, Bryce called his mother, saying he wanted to come home to Laguna Niguel, a 7-hour drive from Rocklin. His mother, Karen, assumed he needed a break and encouraged him to make the trip. However, instead of driving straight home, Bryce's journey became erratic. Bryce left Rocklin in the evening, but didn't make much progress. By 11 a.m. the next morning, August 29th, he was in Buttonwillow, a small town along I-5, just 2 hours north of Los Angeles. A roadside assistance worker named Christian spotted Bryce sitting in his car near a truck stop. Karen, who had been tracking her son's location, called the mechanic and asked him to check on Bryce. Christian found him alert and responsive, though oddly hesitant to continue his drive. He even put 3 gallons of gas in Bryce's car, enough to reach home. Yet, Bryce remained in Buttonwillow for another 13 hours, doing nothing. By the evening, Karen insisted he start driving home. At 2 a.m. on August 30th, he called his parents to say he was on the road. That was the last time they ever heard his voice. At 5:30 a.m., California Highway Patrol officers found Bryce's overturned 2003 Toyota Highlander near Castaic Lake. The back window had been broken from the inside, as if he had smashed it to escape. His wallet, phone, and laptop were inside. The car's airbags had deployed, but there was no sign of injury, no blood, no sign that he had been hurt in the crash. The location was odd. Castaic Lake was far off the direct route to his parents' home. Investigators determined that Bryce had driven up a steep embankment and accelerated down toward the lake at high speed, as if intentionally trying to crash. But where was Bryce? Authorities launched an extensive search. Helicopters, drones, and tracking dogs scoured the area. Divers searched the lake. Cadaver dogs picked up Bryce's scent leading from the crash site to a nearby truck stop, but the trail abruptly ended. There were no signs of a struggle, no blood, just an abandoned car and a missing young man. Some believe Bryce was suicidal and deliberately crashed his car, expecting to die. When he survived, he may have panicked and fled, potentially harming himself elsewhere. Another theory is that Bryce chose to disappear. His erratic behavior before his disappearance, combined with his decision to give away prized possessions, suggests he may have been planning to start a new life. The truck stop near the crash site led some to speculate he may have hitchhiked away. Some believe Bryce wandered into the wilderness in a disoriented state and succumbed to the elements. However, despite extensive searches, no remains have ever been found. A less popular but chilling theory is that Bryce met with foul play. If he did hitch a ride with a stranger, could he have been abducted or murdered? With no evidence of struggle, this theory remains speculative. It has been over a decade, and no definitive clues have emerged. His parents still hold hope that one day he will return. Was Bryce struggling with something too big to handle? Did he choose to vanish? Or did something more sinister happen that night? Until he is found, the mystery remains unsolved.